What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Stunods podcast. We know it's been a while, but Dom.
Yep.
What are you doing?
CDC guidelines says 6 feet, Joe. Come on now.
Why are you wearing that suit?
Why aren't you wearing a suit?
Huh.
Well, hello.
Dom,
Yes,
it's been a while,
it's been a minute, as they say.
but we're back. Before we get started, we just want to say we hope everyone at home and their families are staying healthy and staying safe during this time. It's been difficult for all of us, but we're all going through it, and we're all gonna make it. So we're gonna basically, dude. Like, what I don't understand is, like, media is blowing this way out of proportion, and it's like almost like they're not giving us any hope that we're gonna see everything go back to normal.
No, because all they're focused on is just the death tolls, and they just want to blow you up because they just want the clicks, man.
It's
clickbait.
Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, everyone that has passed from this virus, it's extremely sad and it's extremely unfortunate.
Oh yeah, at least give some type of hope. Like give some stats on the people recovering, man.
Yeah, man.
Like the people coming out of the hospitals.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least give some type of hope that way. But
and maybe it's because there's still people out there that, for whatever reasons, whether it's political or, whether it's your own, personal reasons, think that this virus was, a ploy or it's not real. It's very real. It's very real and it's very dangerous. Yeah. And I think we should be taking, the CDC guidelines very seriously because this is a deadly virus.
Right.
Let's not, beat around the bush here. Let's call it what it is. It's a deadly virus and it's killing a lot of people.
Yeah.
So as long as we just stay inside, keep our distance, from people, only go out when we absolutely have to, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to make it out of this pandemic.
Right. And I think the mass hysteria is just, you don't know, everybody's dealing with, they're fighting the idea of, okay, they don't know what's coming.
Right.
Like it's the unknown that everybody's feared of. And it's like, okay, well, the only thing you can do is just wait on it.
Yeah, man.
You can't really relate it to anything else. I mean, they're kind of putting it to the flu when the flu
They're
kind of
comparing
first.
it. Yeah, they're trying to compare it.
Because you can't really, you can't compare it to a storm because it's like, okay, well, you look at when Sandy hit, you can look at all the other hurricanes, how that hit other states,
right.
The recovery time through that, what the process was, the structures. So
Yeah.
it's the unknown that everybody fears, which makes sense, but
Sure.
Only time will tell. And I think we're kind of on the plateauing side, and hopefully it goes down.
Yeah, man, it's tough. But one of the ways I've been trying to deal with it is trying to find maybe a new hobby to get into, whether it's, trying to learn a new instrument or reading more books or whatever the case may be. Now is the time, because you have a lot of time to pick up new things, to try and learn new things. And I feel like if you do that, I feel like this whole pandemic is going to just go by a lot quicker than if you're just sitting around watching the news, seeing the death toll rise, seeing all this stuff. Don't get me wrong. You need to be aware of the virus and how it's spreading. But at the same time, you need to focus on yourself and your family and your mental health more than your physical health, especially.
Yeah, the one thing that you kind of flip everything into a positive, the silver lining of things.
You gotta try.
I obviously, and whoever else is watching, which nobody's watching, but I'm writing a script and it's like, okay, well, exactly what you said. If now I have the time to go out and put in those 5-6 hours a day and just writing material, being productive.
Right.
And I don't know, I hope it's making people aware that they can take on new things, new ideas, new challenges. You know what I mean? And I think if you continue to challenge yourself, it's going to go way faster. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny you bring up like challenging yourself, because I think every day is a challenge. You know what I mean? And if you wake up with a mindset like, all right, if every day is going to be a challenge, and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to tackle this challenge head on. You know what I mean? I feel like if you do that and you stay positive, like it'll be over before you know it. And then you'll be looking back and you'll be telling your kids about this. You know what I mean?
Right. It's going to be in the history books.
It's going to be honestly, it will be in the history books. You know what I mean? This is a tough time. And to be honest, like, coming out of this, like, who knows where the economy is going to be? You know what I mean?
Boom, man. I'm telling you.
That's what we hope.
Well, it's weird because it's like, okay, well, beginning of the year, it was the highest the economy has ever been.
Right.
So
very healthy.
conspiracy theories. We're not gonna get into it. But.
No, we can't get into it. Let's talk about sports, dude.
Sure.
Let's talk about, even before like we talk about MLB in their opening day and everything getting pushed back, let's talk about all the sports, the winter sports that just got canceled, right? March Madness, dude. Yeah. Gone.
NBA is not a thing. They're just not going to finish the season.
Dude, they're just not going to finish. It's all done. And like I feel for those fans who don't get to see their favorite teams make it into the finals and win.
Well, it's sorry for the fans that spent the money to go.
Like season ticket holders.
Like I don't even know what the hell they're doing.
Honestly, I'm sure they'll get refunds, or they'll have those tickets for when the next games start.
Yeah.
Whenever things go back to normal. And let's talk about the college sports that got canceled, like the spring sports, like baseball. I have friends still playing college baseball, and when I found out that their seasons were canceled, I felt awful. You know what I mean? Because, and even high school sports, you know what I mean? Being a kid growing up, playing middle school, playing high school sports, playing even college sports, dude, that is the best time of our lives. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll understand. Being a college athlete, being a high school, just being an athlete in general, it's such a fun time to be out there on the field with 30 other guys that you're close as fuck with, and you're going to battle, and you're making memories that you'll never forget. You know what I mean?
It's just taken away.
And it's just taken away. So I felt for all those guys. I made sure I reached out to them. I was like, listen, like, I know it's a lot, but you're gonna get through it. You've made a lot of memories so far. Just keep holding on. You know what I mean? Like, It's gonna be all right. And here, just right here, I have an article from CBS Sports, an article from Dane Perry, and this is talking about how opening day was originally scheduled for March 26th.
Right.
It's a month later.
Yeah.
And there's still no baseball on. It's spring and there's no baseball. It feels weird. So their idea is they're pushing for an April 30th opening day, but I think what it says here in this article, they're going with their Arizona plan, which means all games will be played out in Arizona in empty ballparks. So they'll be televised. We can watch it at home, but no fans will be allowed to attend the game. Like you said, they'll be getting tested on a regular basis. Right. And they're trying to get the season in. They're trying to get it in.
So would they just play on spring training fields?
No, it's gonna be played in the Phoenix area in the Diamondbacks home ballpark.
How are you gonna have all the teams play their games?
Schedule it in a way to where it'll work out. I mean,
that's strange.
It says here, you know what I mean? There's no way the MLB is gonna be able to play 162 games. Right. This season. Right. Like, it's going to get cut short. So
Which is fine, I think.
I'm assuming they have a plan in place to where, let's say they I would think maybe cut the season in half, maybe 81 games. You know what I mean? And just schedule it at that one field.
Right.
Because you have to contain it. You have to contain the season to contain the spread of the virus. You know what I mean? You can't have players going all over the place. You have to keep them in one ballpark.
Right. That is true. Yeah,
you know what I mean? You got it. You have to contain. You have to contain the whole. That's crazy to me. You have to contain all of MLB in one.
Yeah, and they'll probably have strict rules on wherever they're living or where they would live.
Right, man. And it's like
they probably can't go out of their hotels or houses whenever they're at.
It sucks too.
They probably get like boxes of food,
Right, and think about all those like games, right? Like crazy pitching matchups or just powerhouse teams going at it, and no one's going to be able to be there to witness it. In real life,
right?
No one's gonna be there.
It's weird.
Like walk-offs that change the course of the game. You know what I mean? Change the course of the history of fucking baseball. No one's gonna be there to witness these moments.
Right.
You'll see it on TV. Yeah, it's great, but when you're there, it's different.
It's way different.
It's way different. You know what I mean? Have you been to a playoff baseball game? The electricity.
We went last year. Oh no, we didn't.
No, it was when they clinched.
Yeah.
When they went, the electricity in that stadium is unbelievable. The seats are shaking. People are going nuts.
You feel it in your chest.
Yeah, dude, It's incredible. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. It really is something else, and no one's gonna be able to feel that this year. We got to talk about movies getting delayed.
Yes, because this is insane.
It's crazy, especially coming from two guys who like love
it's literally
film.
Our lives. Yeah.
Everything got pushed back. And I remember right before this pandemic hit, I was gearing up to see A Quiet Place 2. And then this shit happened. And now it's not coming out till September? September 4th. It's a September 4th release. Yep. So, yeah, I was gearing up to see A Quiet Place 2. I was so excited. I watched the first one beforehand. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Nope. Denied. Not seeing that till September 4th. What about the next James Bond movie? Yeah. Nope. Not seeing that till November of
That's
this
Thanksgiving,
year.
though, I think. Thanksgiving
November
weekend.
2020.
I mean, it'll still be a big movie.
Crazy.
You know?
Fast and Furious 9. I probably wasn't going to fucking see it anyway, but that got delayed. It was coming out in May.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
movie.
not coming out until April of next year, of 2021. That's
because they were probably like, why would we push it and try to compete with all these other big blockbusters coming out?
They pushed it a whole year. That's crazy to me, dude. Crazy. Let's see. What else we got? That got delayed. Mulan, for those Disney fans out there. Live action Mulan movie was supposed to come out March 27th. They're pushing for a July 24th release.
AMC, there's been a whole long thing about if they're going bankrupt or what they're going to do. And obviously, movie theaters are most likely going to stay closed until some of this. Yeah, I mean, unless they do like 50% capacity or something.
Which would suck.
But anyway, I just read something and then they were saying like they're not going to. Why would they open like. Try to force to open in like a week or in a month or something. Right. So they're going to wait until like a big release comes. And as of right now, the studio, Warner Bros. Is still trying to do Tenet. They want that to be the big blockbuster movie. And they have Wonder Woman too for August.
Wonder Woman, yeah, I feel like Wonder Woman's would be a good one to open up on. Tenet too as well, because we haven't seen a Nolan film since Dunkirk.
Yeah.
So that's that came out in 2016, I think? 2017. So it's been three years. Yeah. Since we've seen a Nolan film.
But I mean, that's a big movie too. Like that was one of the big blockbusters of the summer.
Right. And
so if Tenet and Wonder Woman can still come out within back-to-back months, like.
And I need to see Tenet, dude. Yeah. I need to see that movie. That movie's gonna be unbelievable. You know, and that's a movie you would need to see in theaters.
Yes. Which brings me to another point.
brings us to our next topic.
Online streaming versus movie theaters.
Yeah, this is a big thing that we need to talk about here because coming from two people that just love film and movies in general, going to the movies was always like a big thing for me growing up, and I'm sure it was the same exact thing for you. Like I just remember getting so excited as a younger kid, like when my parents said, "Oh, we're going to the movies on Saturday." It's like, "Oh, let's go." You know, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like I love going to the movies. I feel like it's
my comfort spot, man. That's my comfort. That's where I meditate.
It's like a routine thing. Like I feel like it's like almost every week, especially in the summer, every week it's like, oh, big movie's coming out. I'm going Friday. Oh, next Friday, another big movie. Oh, I'm going this day. It's like a routine thing almost in the summer. And that's gone now.
It's an event, man. It's like what you look forward to something and kind of gets you through the week.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, I have somewhere to go and experience something I'll absolutely love.
And the idea of streaming services taking over, I don't like it. I'll be completely honest. I do not like it for many reasons. One of them being you just cannot get the same experience at home with particular films, with some films that you can get in the theater.
Yeah.
You just cannot get the same experience.
For example, all the fans of Marvel, if you go to see Endgame, imagine watching. I went to opening weekend. You went opening weekend.
Yeah, I went the first night.
You can probably look up reactions on you. I have done this. So look up reactions on YouTube if you're into it and everything. And people filmed like when they're in theaters, and just everybody erupts at the end, and it's just this. It kind of goes back to the community vibe of sports, and being there is completely different compared to just watching it on TV. It's the same exact fucking thing.
Yeah, man.
And the fact that people just want to sit on their couch and watch a movie, which is fine. That's another type of platform and source you can get material that you like.
Sure.
But what I'm used to and everybody else is used to is that you go to the movies for a cinematic experience.
Right.
A communicative experience that you laugh together, you
cry together,
you scream together. Like, that's just part of it.
The sound, the people, the screen, all of it. The food, the overpriced concessions that you'll pay for anyway. It's all part of it, man. And
it's all because of Netflix, which I love Netflix.
Yeah.
But again, so this is what I always think is like, okay, well, TV's been around for decades. I don't know when it initially started, but decades, right? All these big TV shows come out, Breaking Bad, look back even earlier, Gunsmoke, Sopranos, all that stuff.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God,
okay,
yeah.
well,
A lot of great
you're
shows.
watching that on a TV. So what's the difference with that? Well, that was the platform that you were used to watching it on.
Right.
Like, that's where you first got your experience.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of the stuff, I don't know. I mean, you can make the argument now with, like, Game of Thrones and more things that are more like thematic, more cinematic. Like
TV shows have a much bigger budget now than they ever have.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because people are more invested in a TV show because it tells the story and it hits those like finer details.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even still, I think TV shows have a place on TV and movies have a place in cinema. You know what I mean? They have a place in movie theaters. And I like that there is a difference between the two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, it's a really good movie, but if you get a really good TV show on TV, it's like I have access to this all the time.
Right.
You know, it's like you found a hidden gem. You feel
Like,
special.
All right, so if you think about like a movie that you love watching, right? You love watching with your friends or whenever, and you're cracking up at certain parts.
Tropic Thunder.
But when you watch it alone, do you laugh at those parts? Like, do you laugh out loud?
Not as hard.
Right.
Not as
When
hard.
you're watching it with a group of friends or in a theater, you're laughing and it elevates the moment, man. It elevates
Right.
the feeling. And I just think the streaming services are taking that away from filmmakers like myself and everybody else out there. And it takes away the experience of going to the movies. It brings back to my point is like, I wanted to go see The Irishman in theaters.
That would've-
Scorsese, I'm pretty sure it was the reason why it was in select theaters to screen was because of him.
Right.
Like, he probably pushed it.
Absolutely.
But it's
I
like
would.
that movie you need to see in theaters. The Netflix original films, you can think about them the way you want, if you like them or not, but it's just, I don't know. It's just when I hear film, you want to go to the movie theaters and you want to
man.
sit down in a movie seat with a big ass bucket of popcorn,
Absolutely.
and a Coke on the side, and you want to watch that shit and be submerged into that screen. You know, and I don't know. I hope that streaming services aren't going to be taken away. Hopefully it's not disintegrating movie theaters. And I think if it continues the way, especially with this pandemic going on, with movie theaters done, I don't know. I think that maybe in the next 10 years, we see a big decline of cinemas.
Yeah. Going out of business,
Yeah.
man.
We can be talking like this, and we might just sound completely ignorant to the studios where they're like, we don't give a fuck what you think as long as we're getting paid.
No, 100%, dude.
Which is probably what they're doing.
At the end of the
That's
day,
business.
it's a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there's nothing like being in a theater with, a crowd of people watching the same thing and just experiencing the same thing you're experiencing. You know what I mean? Like you said, laughing, crying, whatever the case may be. And then if you're watching the same movie at home, it's like you're watching and then your dad walks in front of you and goes, oh, what are you watching? It's like, oh, I'm trying to watch Avengers Endgame. I haven't seen it yet. He goes, oh, looks pretty cool. Who's that guy? That's Iron Man, Dad. Really? Wow, he looks like he got older. That's what you're getting at an at-home movie experience. I can't have my dad ask me a bunch of questions while I'm trying to
Well, again, it brings me back to my point. If you watched Endgame, think about the experience you had when you're sitting in that movie theater with everybody else screaming when Cap gets the hammer back and he's like, Avengers Assemble. Literally everybody, I'm pretty sure I jumped off of my seat and everybody around me is like, yeah! Like, it's like a fucking football game, man. It was crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
But then imagine if you were watching Endgame in your basement alone with no surround sound from the speakers from the TV, hearing all the explosions and all that shit going on. It's not the same. I don't give a fuck what you say.
It's definitely not the same. Like, yeah, it's still a great movie no matter where you watch it.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about the experience of it.
Yeah, nothing beats that opening night you went to go see it. You know what I mean? And you're standing in a line that's wrapping around the theater and you're just praying to God, I hope I get a good seat.
So, came across this thing the other day and I saw how these big pandemic diseases, viruses, whatever you want to call them, it's every 50 years?
I'm pretty sure it's every 50 years so
every
far.
50 years.
50 years, give or take.
Something. And now this picture, it is from 1869.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
That's crazy.
they look exactly like
we do.
yeah, covering their face, walking around. They're touching though.
I like that hat though.
Yeah. They're making physical contact.
Yeah.
This was a public notice from 1918.
Yep. From the city of Kelowna, looks like.
Given an order to prevent the spread of the Spanish
flu.
Yeah. All schools and private churches,
That's
everything that's shut down now was closed. The exact same shit.
They're trying to compare Corona to
Look at this.
Spanish flu. Dude, yeah. Yeah, man.
Stretchers put in damn hospitals. Like,
yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
And
what we're going through. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. 1720. The plague.
1820.
Cholera. Spanish
1920.
flu. Oh my God.
2020. Coronavirus.
Holy shit.
So that's what every
100 years. Yeah. Wow.
That is weird.
All right, so we'll live through this one, and then we probably won't experience the next one.
I guess so.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We got to get through this though. Everyone, I just want to thank you for listening.
The Stunods are back, baby.
We're back.
We took a break.
Back. Focused on ourselves, our health, but we're back. All right, and we just want to take this time to thank everyone for listening in. We know you probably have a lot of other better things you could be doing.
Probably.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But again, I think we all just need to keep a very positive mindset during this time. We hope that you and your families are both staying healthy and safe. And we will see everything go back to normal. It's just a matter of time. And we just have to take everything one day at a time. As always, tuning off.
Signing off.
Stopping off.